Hey and welcome to Throne of Liberty with Aragon. In this video we're going to be covering the Cave of Desperation, the third co-op dungeon you'll encounter. A few tips as for prep. I highly recommend going to a supplies merchant, stocking up on a few thousand world tree leaves, tens of thousands of stellarites, a few hundred recovery crystals, and as for cooking, fried eggs are great, meat and onion soup, or some sweet grilled mushrooms. Just be aware you can only use one of those, and you probably have a bunch of these packs, so just get them here. So let's begin by finding a party. We go to the co-op dungeon, we either create our own group in party matchmaking, or we go to the party board and we'll refresh that and request to join. And eventually, you get a party like we just did. We then enter the dungeon. At the end of the video, we'll go over the codex and how to get each of those achievements. But let's get going and catch up with our teammates. We first need to get rid of all of these larvae. And then we have to beat up this princess ant. She does have a few mechanics. You want to be careful of the people who get like larvae on them. If that's you, well, you can take the damage from it, or you can give that larvae to somebody else. Otherwise, she doesn't have too many hit points. You generally don't have to worry about it too much, and just go ahead and burn her down like we do here. The mechanic with the larvae is basically to go ahead and go near another player and basically transfer it, and then the larvae becomes green and doesn't explode on you. So here we have to defeat the mutant giant acid ant. So for now you just have to kill all of its minions first. They don't seem to have a whole lot of hit points. This guy a bit more than others. We just have to destroy the egg that's in the center here now. And then you will have the mini boss. Here we go. Again, she's going to have that larvae mechanic, so just watch out. But if you have enough damage, you're just going to burn her down in time. And also, if you have a healer, they can totally compensate you for that. We seem to have a pretty decent damage group here, getting through this pretty quick. Just burning through all of our hit points right there, and boom, dead. The real challenge will be the boss. We have a campfire here, we can generate a little bit of mana, but I'm just going to go ahead, I think. We can use that ability. So this is the boss room already. These little pillars, you're going to have to destroying those little eggs on top. And here comes the boss. So let's go ahead and use our boss consumable right there. And we'll get behind her and use our rotation. Again, this seems like a pretty good group, so we might get through this pretty easily. Getting her down to 50% now. Go ahead and use that rotation again. She hasn't done it something. Now she's going to start something. Chinese letters. What has she done? She's put larvae on people. If I go near somebody, can I transfer it? I think I did. And now it's green. Okay. Now she puts this mist. Where do we need to go? Those guys are floating. I think we need to go up on that pedestal there, so we don't die to this. But we seem to be okay. The boss is now flying. We need to go and destroy the gem ant. Remember, we can morph. Let's do that. I think the guys have got it already. They're good without me. Okay, I just got here in time. And we need to destroy this paralyzing ant. And the boss is back down. Let's not be in front of her. Use our rotation here. And I think we nearly have this. She did not pose much of a threat, but we'll talk you through a bit more tips and tricks of exactly what we were supposed to be doing there, just to make sure it's clear for you guys. Maybe even run the dungeon again. And that's it. We complete it. Ultimately, when you see the boss shout out in like a foreign language, you see the text above her head, everybody gets these larvae and you need to just move adjacent to another player in order to like swap them. In doing so, they won't explode and they won't deal like damage to you. If she's attacking you, be sure to block her punch attack, as that can be significant, and kill those paralyzing ants when they come up, because otherwise it can be such a pain for you and your teammates. When you do get the voice line and the red mist, you can be sure to just go there and you can all stand on top of it, and then you will rise up avoiding that mechanic. You also get the codex that way, and transfer those larvae if you can, and now you can just fly to the pedestal that has that gem ant. You just simply kill it like we showed you, and the boss will come back down and you continue to fight her. Now, depending on the damage of the group, you might get this mist attack happening again just here, and there's no way to avoid it. You just have to deal enough damage. If your team doesn't have enough damage, she won't stop and she'll just keep doing it and she'll basically wipe you. We died here, just not enough health and no heals. So then, to complete all of the parts of the codex, the first one's very simple. Complete the dungeon, defeating both the mini bosses and the main boss. The second one then, you need to collect the codex page. You'll get the codex here on the far side of the boss room. There he goes, your journal. You can see again the location. This is your map, and it's just here up on this little raised area. And then you have to destroy one of these poison sacks before you get to the second mini boss. You can see I get the achievement just there. And the third part for that, you just need to get a gatherable resource. You will have to fight with teammates. Unfortunately, in this run, they left one right here for me. And finally, you need to escape from the larvae. So as soon as you get that larvae on you, like I showed, go to another player and swap yours. And you basically get that achievement. And then the last one, survive the boss's fearsome wrath. For this, you need to play the mechanic properly, go to the area with the red mist, rise up on the pillar, then she does her wipe mechanic, and if you survive, then there you go, you get the achievement. Thanks for watching, I hope this was somewhat insightful, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.